more energy. It made things more personal. I think just him congratulating me after the touchdown, it just showed like how we're all in this together. It was just a cool experience, cool feeling.
What did he say to you after the touchdown?
Just good hard run. He showed all week was just he emphasized believing his players, and we just have to believe in him. And I think him being on the sidelines just emphasized that even more.
Did it feel more like practice for him down there, and does that kind of help you guys as you go along in the game?
It did. It was a familiar face, just seeing him on the sidelines with us. Seeing his emotion after plays, whether good or bad, I think that definitely helped.
Christian Shea says that you guys play with a chip on your shoulder. Did you have one, and what does that do for you?
We definitely did. I feel like it just showed how we fight through adversity. We just wanted to get that bad taste out of our mouth. We hear all the outside noise about we need to do this or identity and all that stuff, but I feel like we have what it takes to be really good in this room, and we proved that today.
Christian, after struggling offensively last week, how did it feel to kind of run up the score on Rutgers?
It felt great. Like I said, we had that bad taste in our mouth. We just had to get it out, show what we can do, and now it's just time to get ready for next week.
Mm-hmm. And your touchdown, how did that feel?
Felt good, but it's not something I just want to glorify. I want to be comfortable with scoring.
We've heard a lot about disconnect the last few weeks with the offense in terms of you guys executing in practice but not being able to do it in the game. What do you think was the difference today?
I don't think it was a disconnect. I just feel like we all had to just look at ourselves and be accountable for everything that goes on. I think as everybody does their part on the team, everybody does their job, all 11 players, we're going to be a really good team. That's all it takes.
Sorry, the outside noise, is that hard to block out, and does that become fuel for you guys, for you personally?
I mean, it depends how you take it. Some people take it as fuel. I deleted Instagram and Twitter, so I don't know what's going on. So, but yeah, it depends how you want to take it.
Is that a post-Wisconsin decision?
Oh no, I did it at the beginning of the season. I already know how it gets.
we got to see Joe Melt today for a good deal of the time. You guys get to see him all the time. Talk about what you see from him in practice.
Joe Milton's a special guy. He's a leader. He doesn't have the starting job right now, but he knows that. But he doesn't go out there like lackadaisical or just not being fully there. He knows what he's doing. He's just a good guy to have out there with us.
And talk about his arm.
He can throw it deep by just flicking his wrist. My bad. I'm sorry. Just a flick of his wrist.
How
just
deep?
Throw it 80 yards, 90 yards.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Christian, how hard did they coach assignments this week? Like your job, your detail on every assignment for every play?
This week it wasn't really different for this week. It is like it is every week. But we pay attention to detail. Detail is like one of the main things that we work on. Just everybody doing the little things right, because the little thing is what's going to make the big plays.
Is that what added up when you went back and watched a lot of last week and even the previous week? Just little details.
It is just little details, little misassignments, or what caused plays that were all right, but that could have been better plays. Like I say, I'll go back and I'll watch my tape, and maybe if I would have made this cut, it would have been a longer run. And even though I would have I got 4 yards on the run, maybe I could have made it 12 or 13, or I could have scored. So that's just the stuff we look at. Details.
How much momentum does this give you guys going into next week?
We know what we can do. We've been knowing what we can do. We're just going to handle this week like we always been handling it. We're just going to treat it like another team and just prepare like we always do.
Last week people were saying like after the fumble on the first drive, like they kind of felt deflated. This time, like Shea had an interception at one point. You scored a touchdown on the next drive. So did anything feel different, like mentally, there?
Sorry, repeat that.
Just like, did it feel like easier to rebound from like drives that might not have gone the best, ended in a turnover or something?
Yeah, I think it's just all about keeping our energy. Like I said, we know what we can do. So if something bad happens, we just have to forget about that, watch that play off, get ready for the next one.
Was there a sense of relief after that first drive that it ended well?
It was, yeah. We could turn the ball over on the first drive, so that was good. That was another accomplishment for us, and we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep grinding and doing what we got to do.
With Zach being out, or not out, but limited the last couple weeks, can you talk about being the lead back the last couple weeks?
I think everybody in the running back room collectively, we're just already just that next man up mentality, regardless of who it is. And we rotated, like, I think 5 backs played this game, 6 maybe. So I don't think it's a matter of just Zach being out and everybody else having to step up. I think everybody is in a position to be a starter if they have to.
Did the level of focus or intensity feel different this week at practice?
I think everybody was more locked in. I feel like, really, like I said, we emphasized detail. Everybody played. We had that practice with the chip on our shoulder. I feel like we had more energy this week, and I feel like we just had something to prove.
Coach Harbaugh mentioned that I guess the emphasis was on trying to get everybody to understand, plan, and exactly what you guys are supposed to be doing. How much do you think that was carried out in the game, or you see that even with the move from Gaddis from the box to the sideline as helping to kind of maybe lessen the distance?
I think really just the two biggest things going into this week is just energy and execution, and that's what we emphasize most. So I think we executed really well, and we're just going to go back and we're going to do the same things that we did last week to prepare and execute again.
Did you guys hit more this week at all?
We did a little bit.
Did a little more?
Yeah.
Christian, what does it do for the offense as a whole when Shea's playing like he did today?
It's just, like I said, I keep saying energy. Y'all are gonna get bored of me for saying that, but it's just the energy he brings, everybody brings. When we know we can trust each other, all 11 dudes are gonna do their job. We protect Shea, he gets the ball off. I feel like it's all gonna work out.
You guys as a unit, as an offense, have kind of been under the microscope the last few weeks, a lot of pressure and things. I mean, do you feel like, do you have a sense of relief after the output you're able to do today?
I think a result of that was us just being locked in and only paying attention to ourselves, not paying attention to the outside noise. And if people chose to listen to the outside noise, they use it as fuel. But I think us collectively, we just know that we're relying on each other, and regardless of what people are saying about us, it doesn't do anything or have anything to do with how we perform.
Was there anything different about Coach Gaddis being on the field today that you noticed?
More energy. It felt more personal. It was kind of like practice. We were able to see his reactions. It just felt better.
Do you feel like you guys are missing that the first 3 weeks?
Not necessarily. I don't think that was something that we would have thought like that's gonna win us the game. But it definitely felt better just having him out there. It just felt more personal in a way, having our offensive coordinator on the sidelines.
When you talk about wanting to prove something, what did you guys want to prove? And was that to yourselves, to the outside? What did you want to prove? Yeah.
We know what we're capable of doing. We just had to execute, and I think today everybody did a great job of just executing, doing their assignments, and just playing with energy. So that's all we were trying to prove. We're not trying to prove anything to anybody else. We're just trying to show ourselves that we're capable of being great.
Shea kind of said you guys had a chip on your shoulder. Can you describe kind of how that feels and what was sort of the mindset this week?
Just playing with the chip on our shoulder, we felt like the chip was really from us. Like, we expected more out of ourselves, regardless of what anybody else thought. We knew what we need to do. We know what we can do, and it was just executing and just getting the job done.
Is that a mindset you will maintain? I mean, Harbaugh mentioned chip on shoulder as well. I mean, is that something that maybe going forward that keeps you motivated?
So this is the mindset going forward. We are going to continue to play with the chip on our shoulder. We're going to continue to be locked in and continuing to execute and just do what we got to do. We're just going to roll off of this one and just prepare for the next weeks like we did with this one.
A few of the players have used the phrase brick by brick. I guess what has been said in that regard in practice, and I guess what is it like going step by step, knowing that you can't fix all of the problems in 1 week or meet everybody in 1 week?
So just brick by brick, just taking one step at a time. So we can't think about next week if we still have to get ready for this week, or we can't think about last week if we're still thinking about this week, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, we got to focus in and lock in on who we're playing that week, and we just got to execute, do all the things that we need to do to prepare for that game, and just take it brick by brick.